Security guard detained for missing DDL and Massy Money bags. The Women's Innovation and Investment Network graduates receive surprise $50,000 grant each. A couple was apprehended with cocaine in Corentyne, Berbice. In the region, horrible, dozens killed in Haiti fuel tanker explosion, and internationally, U.S. tornadoes. Factory staff threatened if they fled. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. I am Berbice. Thank you for joining us. A male security guard is in police custody after several bags of money went missing from the Demerara Distillers Limited Main and Chapel Street, New Amsterdam, and Massy Distribution Services Limited Strand Road, New Amsterdam, Berbice branches between December 2nd and 3rd, 2021. Enquiries disclosed by the manager of Demerara Distillers Limited that on December 2nd, he handed over 3 bags with marked serial numbers to the male security guard of Amalgamated Security Services. On December 10th, the manager received information that one of the bags containing $200,000 in cash was missing. Further inquiries disclosed that a female cashier for Massy's distribution also handed over 9 bags containing cash to the said security officer on December 2nd. On December 13th, she received information from the bank that a bag containing $1 million in cash was missing. The police were informed and the suspect was arrested, told of the allegations, cautioned, and placed into custody. A search was conducted on the suspect's home and $485,000 were recovered. The same was taken to the Central Police Station and lodged. The suspect remains in custody as further investigations are underway. On Tuesday, 143 persons graduated from the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security's Women's Innovation and Investment Network training program at the Ghana Women's Learning Institute. The initiative saw over 500 women across 10 administrative regions participating in a variety of accredited courses. When the graduates arrived to collect their certificates, they were in for a surprise when they learned that they would also be receiving a $50,000 grant to help them start their businesses. During the ceremony, Minister of Human Services and Social Security Dr. Vinaya Prasad reiterated her commitment to supporting graduates of WIN. The first batch of students completed courses in Introduction to Care for the Elderly, Introduction to Child Care, Introduction to Patient Care, Core Competency for Administrative Assistant, and Introduction for Microsoft Office Suite. Each graduate received an accredited certificate through several organizations such as the School of the Nations and the University of Ghana's Institute of Distant and Continuing Education. The ministry has also partnered with the United Nations World Food Program to ensure women who graduate make headway. The United Nations World Food Program Policy Officer Gonzalo Jimenez said the organization is committed to offering support to the government to achieve sustainable development. The ministry will conduct more graduation ceremonies across the country soon. 37-year-old businessman Vernon Gittins is up counting his losses after he was robbed at gunpoint at Kansas City, Wismar, in the wee hours of this morning. Enquiries disclosed that around 9 p.m., the victim went to a wake in the Wismar area. Gittins left for his home around 1:30 a.m., and upon entering his yard, he was accosted by 2 males, one of whom pointed what appeared to be a handgun at him and told him to lie on the ground. At the time, he was wearing 1 gold chain, a gold finger ring, and had a Samsung S9 cell phone. The men relieved the victim of the items valued at $440,000, along with $200,000 in cash. At the time, the victim's cousin walked into the yard and saw the commotion. He was also ordered to lie beside the victim as the bandits escaped. While making good their escape, they discharged a round into the air. The victim raised an alarm and other persons went in search of the men but were unsuccessful. The businessman went to the Wismar police station and made a report of the incident. An investigation is ongoing. Stick around after the break. Berbice couple apprehended for cocaine found in their possession, and tragic accident on the number 72 public road. Electrical bike rider struck down by a motor lorry.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one Amazon Fire tablet every day. Yes, every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $500,000 to spend in the store. Just imagine, $500,000 to spend on clothing, footwear, watches, fragrances, handbags, luggage and accessories. So shop now at John Lewis Styles to win one Amazon tablet every day and $500,000 to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Linden's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Linden's Jewelry.
Survival Shopping Complex brings to you its delivery service, Shop Through WhatsApp. This process is simple. All you need to do is call or message your grocery list to 613-9683 and we will select your items for you and have them delivered directly to you, even out of town. This is convenient because we can stay on the phone with you as we select your favorite brands. We're happy to do your shopping for you. Contact us on WhatsApp today and shop Price Smart at Survival Shopping Complex.
Based taxi service, transportation for every occasion. Short drop, airport, weddings, funerals, and much more. We're located at Lot H. Durbin and Vicingen Road, next to Green City Bar. For honest, efficient, and reliable service, call Kingdom Based Taxi Service at 648-5959 or 227-7937. You can count on us.
Welcome back. A tragic accident in the number 72 public road Corentyne, Berbice on Wednesday, December 14th has left one man dead and another in police custody pending charges. Dead is Rupnarayan Rumatar of number 72 Village Corentyne, Berbice. Enquiries disclosed that around 5:45 p.m., motor lorry GHH 7458, driven by 52-year-old Dayaram Prasad of number 74 Village Corentyne, Berbice, was proceeding south along the public road at a fast rate. It is alleged that the 67-year-old Rupnarayan Rumatar was riding an electric bike, proceeding south along the public road when he made a sudden right turn east and came into contact with the front right portion of the truck. Ramatar was subsequently flung off his bike some distance away, while the electric bike got stuck under the motor lorry, which stopped about 300 feet away from impact. Ramatar was picked up in an unconscious condition and taken to the Skeldon Public Hospital. He was, however, pronounced dead on arrival by a doctor. His body is presently at the hospital's mortuary awaiting post-mortem examination. The truck driver was given a breathalyzer test, which resulted in 0 readings. He is presently in custody, assisting with the investigations. A notice of intended prosecution has been served. Further inquiries are in progress. Two persons are presently in police custody after they were found with marijuana in their possession at a house in West Rheinfeld Housing Scheme, Georgetown, on Wednesday, December 14, 2021. According to reports, ranks from headquarters and A Division conducted an intelligence-led operation at 6 p.m. at Lot 122 West Rheinfeld Housing Scheme, which led to the arrest of two males, a vendor of the said address and a taxi driver of Dedication Place, South Rheinfeld. A search was carried out at the premises, which led to the discovery of 9 bulky parcels, 1 small parcel, and 114 packets of marijuana. The males were taken to the station with the narcotics. The marijuana was weighed in the presence of the suspects and amounted to 13.4 pounds. The narcotics was lodged and the suspects were placed in custody at the East Penitence Police Station pending charges. Meanwhile, a 58-year-old man and a 63-year-old woman were arrested after being caught with 45 grams of cocaine on number 60 Village, Corentyne, Berbice on Wednesday, December 15, 2021. Reports say that around 5 p.m., ranks went to the address to conduct a search. Upon arrival at the premises, the female suspect was seen handing over a transparent bottle to the male suspect, who then ran into the house. The police gave chase and the male threw the bottle into some bushes in the yard. When the police retrieved the container, they discovered 2 transparent plastic bags containing whitish rock-like substances. The couple was apprehended and told of the offense. The male claimed ownership while the female denied it. They were arrested and taken to the number 51 police station, where the suspected cocaine was weighed and amounted to 45 grams. The 2 suspects remain in custody assisting with investigation. Don't go away after the break. Horrible. Dozens killed in Haiti fuel tanker explosion, and Omicron infections doubling every 2 days in the UK. But before that, here's the bridge retraction schedule.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Corentyne and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. Haiti's Prime Minister has announced 3 days of national mourning after a gas tanker exploded, killing more than 60 people. Al Jazeera's Gillian Wolfe reports.
One by one, victims of Monday's gas explosion are loaded onto trucks as onlookers watch in shock. There's little comfort for this mother who weeps at the loss of her child. White sheets cover the victims as they lay sprawled across the street. Some too badly burned to be identified.
I heard a loud noise around midnight. I asked one of my boys, "What is it about?" He said it was a large truck filled with gasoline. Right away, I left the place with my family and went the other way to the bridge. That's all I can say.
A truck carrying gasoline overturned Monday, exploding into a fireball and engulfing cars and homes in its path. Pedestrians reportedly rushed to the scene, collecting spilled gas as the country suffers from a severe fuel shortage.
I received many calls informing me about the fire and immediately sent the firefighters and police an alert so they could intervene. Unfortunately, many people died. But I want to congratulate our first responders because they put their lives at risk to control the fire and prevent any further deaths.
On Monday, Prime Minister Ariel Henry expressed his condolences, declaring 3 days of national mourning. With the local hospital stretched thin, he has deployed field hospitals to the area. It is the latest tragedy in a country that has already experienced so much this year. Gillian Wolfe, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, the U.S. state of Kentucky has launched a safety investigation over 8 people who died after a tornado flattened the factory in Mayfield they were in. Staff at the candle factory said bosses threatened to fire them if they left work as a tornado approached, but the management denies this. Al Jazeera's Heidi Zukastra reports.
With Christmas approaching, workers at the Mayfield Consumer Products candle factory were rushing to fill holiday orders despite Friday's ominous skies. 20-year-old Elijah Johnson says he felt nervous when he clocked in for his shift, and worse after a tornado alarm sounded an early warning.
The first alarm came on around 7, going on 8-ish, and we could have been gone. Everybody could have. I guarantee you, it would have been less people that died at that facility than what it was if people would have let them go.
He says he and 14 other workers asked a manager if they could leave.
We went to him and we was like, we need to leave, man. We got kids and stuff at the house. We got to take care of our family. And he was like, well, you can leave, but you're going to be terminated. And we was like, what? Even with the weather like this? And he was like, yes, even with the weather like this, you're going to be terminated.
When the second tornado alarm sounded about an hour later, the 110 workers present were directed into a hallway and told to brace. Then, with a roar, everything came crashing down. The walls, the ceiling. Johnson found himself trapped in debris. Then came the screams.
It was a security officer, and he was on my leg, and he was grabbing my leg, and he kept on saying, help me, help me, help me. And I couldn't help him at the time because I was stuck myself. He was touching my leg at first, and then he just stopped.
A female supervisor was pinned with her feet against a collapsed wall. Johnson says she pushed the wall back, allowing him to escape through a narrow opening.
So when I made it out, she was still down there holding up the wall.
Kentucky's governor has pledged to investigate whether the company was negligent in the way that it handled the storms, but he emphasized the state has not verified the workers' allegations. A representative for the candle factory says workers were not pressured to stay.
If we believe that we could do anything differently, in hindsight, of course, I think all of us would do something differently. It's such a gamble to say leave, because the last thing you do, it says don't get in your car. That's what experts say.
More than 100 people remain missing in Kentucky and in surrounding states, and it's feared the death toll will rise. Johnson says after emerging from the collapsed factory, he could think of only one thing.
I started crying because I thought all my friends was dead.
He's still not sure if the woman he credits with saving his life survived. Heidi Jo Castro, Al Jazeera, Mayfield, Kentucky.
And finally, more than 500,000 coronavirus booster shots were administered in the United Kingdom in just one day as the government's booster jab program continues apace. But the dilemma facing politicians is whether the jab alone will be enough to slow the spread of the Omicron variant. Al Jazeera's Paul Brennan has more.
In Europe, the jabs are going into people's arms as fast as they can be unpacked. More than 500,000 booster shots were administered in the UK in just one day, far short of the 1 million a day the government's aiming for, but the race to reinforce immunity is gathering pace. It's the extraordinary infectiousness of the Omicron variant, though, which is really worrying global scientists and health experts.
We have learned by now that we underestimate this virus at our peril. Even if Omicron does cause less severe disease, the sheer number of cases could once again overwhelm unprepared health systems.
In the UK, Omicron cases are now doubling every 2 days, and with more than 200,000 possibly infected every day, the number could pass 1 million within a week. Long queues again at vaccination centres up and down the UK as the government's booster jab programme continues apace. But the dilemma facing the politicians on that side of the river is whether the jabs alone will be enough to slow the progress of the Omicron variant.
Scientists have never seen a COVID-19 variant that's capable of spreading so rapidly. So we have to look at what we can do to slow Omicron's advance.
That level of alarm was reinforced in testimony to a UK parliamentary committee.
We are concerned with the large volume of individuals who are being infected every day in the population, that we are going to have a very difficult 4 weeks ahead with cases in the community, which will of course cause individuals to need to stay off work and school, and then for those cases to transfer into admissions to hospital.
The World Health Organization has again raised the issue of vaccine hoarding and warned the world's wealthy nations that giving boosters to low-risk groups while others are yet to have even one dose of vaccine is dangerous.
WHO is not against boosters. We are against inequity. If we end inequity, we end the pandemic.
When it comes to deciding which options to reduce the infection rate, the advice from the WHO: do it all. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera, London.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. And that is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. Tune in on Thursday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.